So what's up, y'all? This your boy Gerald. So I got a letter response, and by all means, I love interacting with each and every one of you. Um, but I got a letter from someone that was wrestling with an emotional dilemma. What they were challenged with is the fact that uh, not to put out their business, they were dealing with some major disappointment, right? And after a period of time, they've tried to find middle ground to understand why. And even when they try to find peace or middle ground to interact with the person, uh, their response is always let it go. Stop bringing up the past. Move on. And it had gotten to a point that they were wrestling with depression, and they had started to take a path that was not in their best interest. So I'm very humbled that they took it upon themselves to reach out to me and actually uh, get my opinion and how dealing with the situation. Now, ultimately, as I always convey to each and every one of you, it takes 100% effort to live your life. That's why your time is your most prized commodity that you'll ever have. So I'm going to convey this to you. And this goes to anyone that may be wrestling with some emotional disappointment from your past, your current situation, or indirectly because you see someone that you may hold dear going through their challenges. You do understand now that what is being revealed is your clarity. You're not the one that's crazy. The things that did not add up are all too clear now. You're seeing the pieces of the puzzle that pondered the question that initially was placed inside your mind. But I also know this. This also validates that the disappointment that you may be faced, the challenge that may be presented in front of you, you have to look at it for what it is. And I'll just say this, because I'm really trying to be sensitive uh, how I respond. I'll say this. If they valued your time, why won't they give it? If they see that you're in distress, why won't they render what is needed? If they see the tears are flowing inside, not only inside you, but physically, why won't they be your comforter? Sure, I could say that they're only exhibiting what they know because that was taught to them. That's what makes the wisdom. But that doesn't matter at all because I also know this. If they saw your worth, isn't it their responsibility to move heaven and earth to make sure that you're all right? If they saw your worth, why aren't they there to make you feel emotionally safe? If they saw your worth, why did it have to take place? But we can't get back yesterday. No, we can't. Well, we can learn from it. Because, see, that's a conscious choice. This is the definition of what we know is free will. So I'm just going to shoot straight because you deserve that. If anything, I've come to learn that there are some people that are not capable of showing compassion, that do not know what remorse is, wouldn't even know what empathy is if you brought it to their attention. They just can't relate. Yes, granted, they are a product of their environment. However, they don't get a pass. So when I say this to you, when they say, let it go, move on, stop bringing up the past, you better take that into consideration because they don't see you worth your future. So, once again, if they saw your worth, why aren't they there for you? It was all good yesterday, but now clarity is right here. See, at the end of the day, we all have to make a conscious decision to heal. And the only way we're going to be able to heal is we must take accountability, not only for where we've been, but planting our feet so we can prepare where we're going. So to do that, you must honor yourself. You must see your worth. You must make a conscious decision to commit to you. Is it going to be easy? No. I'm not even going to go there on that, because it's not. Because what's at stake is you. That's what's at stake. Because, see, if you're not right, your environment's not right. And maybe perhaps this was the proverbial moment where clarity was revealed. Maybe by chance, this person did not earn the right to walk with you. So therefore, if they could not walk with you, why do you call them friend? Because, see, what was at stake was your heart, your peace of mind, and your physical safety. So when they tell you, let it go, move on, stop bringing up the past, just know this. It's you that have to do the work. It's you that have to heal. What's at stake is your emotional clarity. So they don't see the investment of time that's needed so that you can get there. Give them what they ask. Move on. I know that might be hard for some of y'all because y'all might say, well, Gerald, I've got kids. Well, if the environment is not healthy for you, why would you think it would be healthy for them? Give the best gift you can give yourself by loving yourself more. Sure, change is what it is. You can never be prepared for it, but you are obligated to embrace it. And when you do, not only will every question that has been pondered in silence, alone, even while you were behind that steering wheel driving to God knows where, the more and more that you put your foot down so you can lift your head up, they will be answered one by one by one. See, you got to understand, when they made the parable, what's done in the dark comes to the light, it is exactly that. All the things that were hidden in plain sight will make sense. You ain't got to look for it because God will supply all. He will position your steps to see it. Yes. Will you be upset? Probably so. But will you be grateful? Oh, immensely. Because see, what's at stake is the new you. This is the dawning of the new you. So I'm not going to ramble. I know it would be too easy to say, yeah, just roll with it. Nah, you're not just something to do. You're an experience. That's why it's your life. And if they don't want to invest in your life, why should they have access in it? There should be no concessions when it comes to your time, y'all. That's why I say energy out is energy returned. We are what we attract. So ownership must be placed right here. So if you are embracing something that was deemed to fail the moment that you said your first hello, maybe you need to look inside and ask yourself why you positioned yourself to begin with. So guess what? Yes, we have to be honorable to ourselves. We must love ourselves more. And you don't need permission to love you. So I'll say this to you. If it don't feel right, it's not. That is nothing but your discernment letting you know. Make a conscious decision which way you're going to go. Now, I will say this too. We all have to play our part in that as well. So if you were taking a blind eye to what was evident, you got to own it. But if it's worth repair, I highly recommend to turn every stone. Because once you decide to turn every stone in your life in regards to whatever that endeavor is, guess what happens? You have no regret. You've done all you could, and you will be rewarded. Because what will come to pass is this. Those who choose to live their life unapologetic, those who I'm trying to be real careful with what I'm saying, because I know that you're absorbing everything I'm saying right now, and it's very imperative that I be responsible, because what's at stake is your mental health. I know I'm talking to somebody. I'm just going to say this to you. It's not going to kill you. But this experience is a crossroads for your life. You have to make a determination which way you want to go. See, even Tyson agreed. I know I'm talking to you. The days of turning the blind eye is over. For those people that say, well, Joe, I'm doing it for the kids. If you're doing it for the kids, then why aren't you not loving yourself more? Thank you, Tyson. So lastly, when they turn around and say, don't bring up the past, let's move on, or you move on, or worse, act like it never existed, they're validating your worth, and you're better than that. So give them what they want. Allow yourself to heal. And I will say this on the backside of that. After you've done the work, not only will the way you see the world will be made smooth, but the people that deserve not to have access to you won't be able to. No, that spiritual divide will occur. Because if you're spending one more day crying in the dark, drowning your sorrows in the bottom of a glass, or worse, seeking compassion in the arms of someone else, you're doing yourself a disservice. Nothing good comes out of that but delay, pain, and denial. Thank you, Tyson. So, you're going to make that conscious decision to love you more? It's a new year, y'all. You can fool them, but you can't fool you. It's time to take the Band-Aid off and let that love in. God's praying for you. You know I am. I see your worth. And for that, it helps me discern mine. It doesn't make it better because they're spending money. That means they're just putting a price tag on your worth, and you're priceless. Claim your name, get your life back, and let God guide you where you should be, not where you want to be. You're worth it, y'all. Stay blessed.